This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 615 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Today's tip is brought to you by Kentucky Performance Products. Visit them today at kppusa.com. Greetings, horse people. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Today's tip is from Lisa Wysocky. Lisa is an author, equine clinician, and motivational speaker who trains horses for and consults with therapeutic riding programs across the country. She's the author of My Horse, My Partner, great book on training your horse, Horse Country, another great book about country stars who have horses, and her latest, a rollicking good time murder mystery novel, The Opium Equation. Lisa's tip today is about dealing with plastic. No, not in the recycling way, in the it spooks your horse way. But first, here's a word from today's sponsor, Kentucky Performance Products.
Well, if you're a regular listener to the show, you know we talk a lot about Kentucky Performance Products, and that's because they are a name you can trust to give you the most value for your supplement money. Kentucky Performance Products offers supplements designed to target specific problems and are made with high-quality ingredients included at effective levels. The company's supplements are intended to complement, not compete, with your dressage horse's current feeding program, guarding against over-supplementation, and each product is backed by sound research and the money-back satisfaction guarantee. And today we'd like to talk to you about Nalox, the original equine antacid. It's recommended by veterinarians and leading horsemen as a way of maintaining a healthy stomach, which reduces the risk of ulcers. Nalox can be given daily to horses exposed to stressful conditions or as needed when shipping, competing, or during stall confinement. You know, you can learn about Nalox and all the products at Kentucky Performance Products at kppusa.com. That's Kentucky Performance Products at kppusa.com.
Now, enjoy today's tip. And welcome back, Lisa Wysocky, my very favorite horse helper, partner creator, and author. What sort of great tip do you have for us today?
Well, we're going to talk about plastic because plastic can be a really spooky thing for horses.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about recycling, but okay.
Well, no. Actually, I recycle my plastic grocery bags into my barn, and I use them as desensitizing tools. So, yes, we are recycling the plastic.
There we go. I like it. What? Yeah. Boy, that's an interesting one because it used to be plastic was terrifying, and then some horses get to the point where plastic means a bag of carrots. But there are certain circumstances that plastic bags are just, they're going to send your horse into the next county in a heartbeat and leave you behind.
Well, it's the unexpected sighting of it. You know, I've been on the trail and I've come around a corner and, you know, we had a huge flood here in Tennessee 2 years ago or last year, whenever it was. And so some of our trails now have plastic bags hanging in the trees up 10 feet high because the floodwaters brought them there. And so you go just hacking down the trail and all of a sudden you go around a corner and all of a sudden there's this swarm of plastic bags up in the trees. And that's something that a horse finds unusual and unexpected, and so, that's a scary thing. I like to desensitize horses to plastic, and again, desensitization is not about scaring the horse. It's just about getting them accustomed to things they might see. And I have a great story, if we have time for just a little short story.
We always have time for a great story from you, because you're a great storyteller.
Well, thank you. I was giving a riding lesson a couple of days ago, and this was to a horse that is a pretty good school horse, and you know we've done all the desensitizing, and again, desensitizing just prepares a horse for unexpected things that might happen. And so this is a teenage girl who was riding Western. She's an intermediate rider, and we were just walking along. We were working on posture and heels down, and all of a sudden, from underneath her jean pants leg, because she didn't have chaps or anything on, and she just had her jeans and her boots. All of a sudden, we're walking along, and out from underneath the bottom of her jeans falls a freshly laundered pair of underwear.
Oh, my God.
So her mother had washed her jeans, and apparently some panties had kind of gotten stuck in the leg of the jeans.
How
And
embarrassing.
hidden there. She was very embarrassed, yes.
Oh, my goodness.
But you know what? The neat thing was this horse didn't bat an eye. This horse just kept right on going. And
He wasn't embarrassed?
Yeah. And I keep thinking, how many horses all of a sudden this thing, and it was bright pink, bright pink pair of underwear. So, here's this thing just falls down, and I'm thinking, that is just exactly why we desensitize horses. So when something like that happens, and the next time you get your underwear stuck in your jeans leg or you get a pair of socks stuck up under there, your horse isn't going to freak out.
Oh, my goodness. That is just awesome. So what are some exercises or some setups that we can create to prepare ourselves?
Here's the thing about plastic. Black plastic smells differently than blue plastic or red plastic because of the dyes, and horses have such a better sense of smell than we do that they can smell the difference. And plastic is plastic to us, but thick plastic and thin plastic, it's all different. So I like to collect all different kinds of plastic bags and plastic tarps and plastic this and plastic that. And I start out very small, so I'll crumple it up and I'll make it the size of a baseball. And I just start, using it to brush my horse. I let the horse inspect it, and he or she'll let you know when he's done. He'll sniff or she'll sniff, and then he'll move his nose away, and then I just brush, and I gradually make the plastic bag bigger. And all of a sudden, those little grocery bags, I can string a whole bunch of those together, or I can use a bigger trash bag, or I can use a huge tarp. So you start small, and you start with a variety, and then you get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I like to create different scenarios for my horses or different situations. So I will, I'll hang a huge tarp from the side of the arena, or I'll drape it over the hood of my truck and park my truck near where I'm riding or where I'm working my horse. So I want the horse to see the plastic in unusual situations, and I want him to be very comfortable with that. So there's a lot that you can do with plastic.
Interesting. So plastic versus tarp. Now, I'm curious about tarp because they make a very different noise than plastic. Would it also be sensible, if you have a horse that's got tarp terror, to take a small bit of a tarp, take a little 12-inch square piece of one, roll it up, and go through that same process that you did with the plastic bag?
Absolutely.
Oh, goody for me.
Yes. Here's a couple other things that you can do. Number one, you always want to give the horse the opportunity to smell it, because they really use their sense of smell so much more than humans do. But if your horse is one of those that really doesn't like white plastic or blue tarps or whatever it is, feed your horse on top of it. Put the hay down or put the grain down on top of the tarp.
Now, let's prerequisite that with, if your horse is so terrified he won't get within 30 yards of a blue tarp, maybe there's some baby steps you need to do before that.
Exactly. And very good. We want to take a small piece of that tarp or a small grocery bag and line the horse's feed bucket with that, or line the manger with it. And just make it small. It's not a big, scary thing. Make it 12 inches square or make it 6 inches square.
But it smells and sounds the same to them. What a great idea.
Yes, but food is a huge motivator. So now, here the other thing is there are some horses that are never going to get past it. And the unfortunate fact is very often we get horses that have baggage. They've got a lot of things that have happened to them before we've come into contact with them, and we don't know what those things are. So it might be that this horse is never going to accept, an orange slicker or an orange windbreaker. But at least better that than not. And
that's a very good point. Yes, at least you know where his comfort level is, and if you work with him, he'll get to the point where he will let you know that he's going to spook rather than just jettison out from under you.
Exactly, and using the orange windbreaker just as an example, if somebody's coming across the field and is wearing something like that, you can choose to stop and dismount or get into a safe place or turn around and walk, the other way so it's out of your horse's line of vision. You have choices then, and you're prepared.
Very smart idea right there. Know what your horse's reactions is going to be. So it's really twofold here. You're desensitizing your horse and teaching your horse to follow your lead in a trusting way, but you're also for that horse that, like you said, it's not going to get past it. He's never going to be walking over blue tarps.
Right.
It gives you such an education, and the horse learns to say, okay, I'm scared of it, and I feel very comfortable that you're not going to force it on me, so I'm not going to panic and run home across the interstate. I'm going to shiver in my boots and do a shoulder in like you just said to.
Yeah. And, the other thing, too, is a lot of it depends on your comfort level and your skill. So if you're a beginner or an intermediate horseman or horsewoman and you don't feel comfortable with something, you know where your comfort level lies, too. And, it gives you a better feel for where your skill is and where things come out of the realm of safety and into unsafe.
Absolutely. What great ideas there. More stuff I'm going to take to the barn. Now, my horse isn't afraid of plastic as far as I know, but these are some great things because I've never tried to walk him over a tarp, and I'd like to try it. Yeah. So now I know where to start. I had no idea where to start. I'm not going to walk out there and just step on a tarp with him. That just sounded like a bad idea.
No.
But this is a great way to start. I'm going to get myself a little tiny chunk of tarp and start down that road. That's fascinating.
That sounds great.
Yay. Once again, Lisa Wysocky, great ideas on how to be a trusted and dependable leader for your horse. Tell our listeners where they can find you and find your books.
Yes. My books are available in stores and online everywhere, and you can find me at lisawysocky.com. Wysocky is Wysocky.
Awesome possum. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Well, there you go. To listen to all of Lisa's tips on Horse Tip Daily, go to horsetipdaily.com and go to the Experts drop-down menu on the left. Don't forget to support our sponsors here on Horse Tip Daily because they make these podcasts possible. Today's tip has been brought to you by Nalox. Ask for Nalox by Kentucky Performance Products at your local feed and supply store or visit them online at kppusa.com. Please stop by the Horse Tip Daily Facebook page and let us know what you think of the tips you hear on the show. It's also a great place to tell us about topics you'd like to hear us cover on the show. You can subscribe to all the great shows on the Horse Radio Network through iTunes or Zune and get your horse podcasts automatically downloaded to your iPod, Zune, or MP3 player. You can also listen to the shows right on Facebook. The player's right there every day. I'll be back again tomorrow with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, go ride your horse. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.